Perfect. Hi, welcome to the show. I'm Richard Mellon. On today's show, Sandi and I get to travel to the Eastern Cape of South Africa, where we go hunting with Guy Swart of Wild Horizon. I get to hunt Kudu, Sandi gets to hunt Springbok. Now, while we're in South Africa, we actually hunt in 4 different locations, and just like today's show, the temperatures vary hugely from location to location. Where Sandi shoots her Springbok today, we're above 5,000 foot of elevation. It's so cold it puts ice on the pond every night. And where I shoot my Kudu, it's very, very hot. These big temperature swings can play havoc with our bodies, but they really play havoc with is things like hand loads. If you don't use the proper powder when you hand load, you could end up in a situation where your velocities can change greatly from hot temperatures to cold temperatures and vice versa. You want to look at using a powder that is not temperature sensitive. That way you can guarantee that when you get there on that hunt of a lifetime that your ammunition is shooting just as good there as it was when you shot it at home.
For over a decade, we have traveled the world bringing our viewers the adrenaline-pumping adventures that hunters crave. We've had our highs and we've had our lows, and our viewers have shared every step with us along the trail. Outdoor Quest TV grew out of our passion for hunting, and our viewers share that passion as they join us on every new adventure. In 2012, our journey continues. Welcome to our greatest season ever.
Hi, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm Rich Mellon. I'm here with beautiful Sandi and our hosts. Believe it or not, we are sitting around a fire in South Africa. Our host here is Guy Swart of Wild Horizon and Mr. Clint. I'll get that right. Clint Gower. We've been here hunting now for, today was day 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've just moved to a new area, a new concession, and now we're going after Kudu and Impala and Warthog, and we have moved into some what you say is classic East Cape river and valley with the acacia trees, and this is where the Kudu hang out.
Yeah, look, it's very first-class Kudu habitat, and there are a number of Kudu in this area that we're going to hopefully find a good one. There's lots of nice animals in the place, and you know the nice thing about this is this is an example of how hunting is bringing wild game back to big areas of South Africa. This area was traditionally cattle farming, and it's as a result of hunting and people like us that this area has been returned to game, you know, to its natural form, and it's a classic example of how hunting is paying for conservation.
The Kudu is probably the trophy that most people come to Africa for.
The Kudu is, I think it's most people's favorite animal, certainly mine and many of the people I know, and they are just magnificent, majestic. When you see those spiral horns, you break down, for want of a better word. But they're in the thick bush. You'll see what we're going to be doing is getting onto higher points, glassing across the valleys until we find a Kudu that's suitable. You got to look really carefully, because they can be standing dead still for an hour or hours, and you won't know they're there. The first time you'll know they're there is if something moves them. The problem with these animals in the thick bush is that you can see them from a distance. The moment you try and close on them, you lose your possibility of a shot. If you come out too close to them, you're going to spook them. Their hearing is unbelievable, their eyesight's very good, and their nose is very good. So you're not going to stumble upon them. We've got to find them and really plan the stalk carefully. In the Eastern Cape, the body size would reasonably be between 180 and 220 kilograms, which is a heavy body. The horn length in our part of the world from 44 inches up would be accepted as a very representative male. Anything above 50 is excellent. So we'll be hoping for around that mark.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Argo, world leader in amphibious vehicles. Corlane Sporting Goods, home of the Rocky Mountain Rifle. Zeiss Sport Optics, we make it visible. Hot Mox, pack some heat. Puma Knives, knife maker to the world since 1769. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Silver Willow Taxidermy, capturing the memories. Trapper Gourd, leading trapping into the future. And by Deluxe Wall Tents, proudly made in Canada for Canadian conditions.
We're up on a high bump in the land here they call the Pimple. And the area we're hunting is as far as your eye can see in 360 degrees. We're scouting for Kudu, and we've seen several good bulls. Unfortunately, we need them to slow down at some spot or bed down where we can see them, because the bushes here is so thick. You can't just blindly go searching through the woods looking for them. It's a real eye-opener. 1 minute they absolutely look like they were pasted on the scenery, and the next minute they disappear. We've had them disappear, 300 to 400 yards away as they're walking through the woods, and never see them again. They call them the gray ghost. I guess that's why. Hey, down here, there's an opening here. We can see the cow that falls out of that ring.
There's a nice, looks like a nice bull below that cow that we've been watching all the time.
The one over on the ridge?
Yes, on the ridge there. Tom, I think we're just going to have a look at him and just get a closer look at him. You can just see his horns and head sticking up, but he looks like a nice animal.
Okay, good. Good stuff. Let's go.
Because of the river, we had to circle downwind, then cross the river, and loop out wide and come back towards the river, hoping to intercept the bull. We were behind the 8-ball the whole way. The angle we were vectoring in on the bull had us playing catch-up badly. If it only stopped to eat, we wouldn't have been scrabbling so bad and the footage would have been better. This is reality TV at its finest.
Got him, Sam. That's a long raking shot. Okay. Yeah, here he comes out.
Maybe.
Well, it's a bit of a raking shot, so I went behind.
Yeah, but it sounded very solid. It didn't sound like a gut shot or anything like that. Something.
You can see how excited little Tabitha, the Jack Russell Terrier, is to hit the blood trail. Her job is to track wounded game, and she's eager to get to work. We followed the blood trail to the lip of the river, and in a huge stroke of luck, down below us, standing on a cart path, was my bull.
This is Corlane's Gun Tech Tip of the Week.
Hi, Rod here from Corlane Sporting Goods and Rocky Mountain Rifles. I just want to talk a little bit today about the noise of a firearm and how it can affect two things. First thing is obviously your hearing. If you fire a lot of firearms without hearing protection, there's some irreparable damage going to be occurring in your ears. You don't want that. Second thing is recoil and noise both affect the way you flinch. If you can control the noise, you're going to shoot a lot better. It's going to reduce the amount of flinch you're going to be pulling off. So what I like to do if I'm doing a lot of shooting, or if I'm shooting a rifle with a muzzle brake, I'll wear earplugs first, and over top that with some ear muffs. These muffs have a little electronic system in them. You can talk with them on. As soon as the report of a rifle is noted, they'll shut off any sound to your ears. They work great. So yeah, keep that sound out of your ears. You're going to have some better groups out there. If you have any questions about this or any other firearm related topic, give us a call at Corlane Sporting Goods.
This tip has been brought to you by Corlane Sporting Goods, home of the Rocky Mountain Rifle.
A really, really nice Kudu.
This is Eastern Cape Kudu.
That's one of the serious ones, yeah.
This is a serious one.
Yeah.
We had close calls with several today, and of course they all stood stock still. This is what we were looking for, was for them to come and start pointing forward again, right?
And this very deep call. I mean, this guy, I just took one look at him and realized that's him. Such an old animal. I mean, he's going grey already.
Yes.
Feet up, you know.
Yeah, I see that. I see the big scars on him and stuff like that, huh?
And look how swollen he is from the breeding season now.
Yes.
The neck is all blowing up, you know.
Yes.
Huge neck on him.
Big animal. Big animal. Tough animal. Holy cow. So, Mr. PH, Clint, tell me, give me your estimate on the length.
On camera or not?
Yeah!
He's going to go over 50, I think.
Over 50?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
When I look at the depth of these curls...
Okay, so when you're talking about depth, you're talking about how far they vary from a straight line, huh?
You get some of the Kudu up north and stuff, they're magnificent looking animals. Very wide horned, but they don't have the twist that this guy's got.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same number of twists and stuff, but their horns just don't turn, not the depth of the curl. So they look very, very big.
It is unbelievably warm and such thick country. I understand now why they are such a trophy. I mean, just the hunt itself and accomplishing through all that, the bush and all. And
we were so lucky. He was walking in the thick stuff, and he just gave us that.
He stopped and gave us a shot.
In the right spot.
Yeah.
But okay, he's been in the mud.
Yeah.
He was obviously the dominant bull in this area. He was the big boss.
He was it, was he?
Pushing his head into the mud, that swollen up neck like that. He was the boy.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, sir.
Oh, good shot.
While we were in South Africa, we actually hunted in 4 different locations. And the Springbok was actually our first location near a small community by the name of Lady Grey on the Eastern Cape. Now, Lady Grey is in an area that's quite high in elevation. In fact, we were over 5,000 feet. It's a little chilly there in June, not something that we had expected coming from Alberta in June. There was ice on the ponds. But hardy Albertans, we persevered. Hi, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm Sandi Mellon, and we are in South Africa, if you can believe it. It's a little chilly here. This is my host, Guy Swart from Wild Horizons. And Guy, a little bit of a surprise on the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. This should be a nice clear day as we had yesterday. But the Canadians seem to bring the cold weather to South Africa.
Well, we're good at cold weather.
Good. Yeah, I think the rain last night's probably going to make it a little bit more challenging today.
Right.
Because the animals generally stay down low in the cold.
Right.
But what we'll do is go out and do a bit of glassing, and if we see something, we'll take a decision then.
Okay.
Good.
Great. In spite of the bad weather, it wasn't long before we spotted a herd of springbok just below us. Now it was just a matter of getting close enough to make a shot. Springbok is the national animal of South Africa, and I asked Guy to tell me a little bit about them.
Well, as you've seen, they're probably the prettiest antelope that we have. They're spectacular with those colour bars across the body. And yeah, we'll look for a herd. They generally occur in herds. In fact, many years ago, they were seen in herds of up to 1.5 million in South Africa. Currently, the biggest herds are around about 2.5 to 3,000 in a herd. Yeah, they were decimated by the folk that put fences up and various diseases. Very, very alert. So we're going to have to approach very carefully. They're amazing little animals. They can actually live their entire life without water, without drinking a drop of water. They get their water from what they eat. The big populations you do get in the more deserty areas of sub-Saharan Africa, and they can survive on no water, which is for an antelope is fairly interesting. Yeah, they're typically a good trophy would be 13 inches and longer. They're 25 to 30 kilograms, not a big antelope at all. Sandy, there's a few springbok down here below us.
Uh-huh.
You see the second one from the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best one. No, hang on. Yeah. Okay, now he's right on the left.
It's 153 yards.
No, as soon as whenever you're comfy. Yeah, Sandy, I think just hit him again. That's it. Well done.
Oh,
Well, it was our first lesson in how far forward you shoot an antelope.
yeah. Oh, man.
No worries.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you very much. He looks littler.
20 kilos, 25 kilos.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Wow. Oh,
pretty.
he's very pretty.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lovely. He's not as big as my dog. Well, this is it's a small animal compared to a North American whitetail, but a very, very nice springbok.
Yes, you can see the base of the horns are very thick compared to the females. The female horns are spindly and thinner, and you can see he's got nice ridges, and he's been doing a little bit of fighting. He's got a bit of scarring on his face.
Right.
These guys have been fighting through the the last few weeks. He's a splendid male, and one of the most beautiful antelope we have in South Africa. Yeah, it's a great shot.
And about 12 inches
Yeah,
long, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's excellent.
So the first shot that I took was a little far back, and it required a second follow-up shot. So this is where I shot him the second time, which would ordinarily not be a shot that we would take in North America. And it broke this leg and it broke the far leg as well. But the heart and lungs are very far forward and low on this animal. So it did what it was supposed to do.
Yes. At Wild Horizon, they understand how very special a hunting trip to South Africa is. Guy and Clint take pride in finding you trophies that they themselves would be proud to shoot. For more information on hunting the Eastern Cape of South Africa with Wild Horizon, please contact Guy Swart at wildhorizon.co.za or call 2743 738 5091. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Argo, world leader in amphibious vehicles. Corlane Sporting Goods, home of the Rocky Mountain Rifle. Zeiss Sport Optics, we make it visible. Hot Mox, pack some heat. Puma Knives, knife maker to the world since 1769. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Silver Willow Taxidermy, capturing the memories. Trapper Gourd, leading trapping into the future. And by Deluxe Wall Tents, proudly made in Canada for Canadian conditions. This has been an Outdoor Quest TV production.